Trust is one of the most basic requirements in any kind of relationship, be it a friendship, a romantic relationship, or a family member. For this reason, in this video, I will discuss 10 characteristics of people in whom you can never trust, according to historical philosophy. First of all, to observe if a person fits into one of these characteristics that I will mention, observation is necessary. However, this is relatively easy. Just analyze the person's speech and actions to get an idea of who they are and what their essence is. Therefore, making this clear, I will comment on each of these types of people and explain why you should not trust them. Before we start, check your subscription to the channel. Watch until the end because at the end, I have something special to deliver to you. Stay until the end. Let's go. First type of person, the narcissists. When dealing with narcissistic people, historical teachings remind us of the importance of not allowing others' behavior to affect our inner peace. Practicing indifference towards their egocentric actions allows us to maintain our mental peace in the midst of their vanity. Think about it, if a person is always talking about themselves and hardly cares about others, they are unlikely to be someone you can trust. They only have eyes for themselves and always put others' needs in the background. No matter who it is, you cannot trust narcissistic people because they make their own image the most important thing in the world. They don't want anyone to be better or equal to them. They are the kind of people who will do anything to enhance their own image continuously. This compulsive act of desiring and admiring themselves is extremely dangerous because it's impossible to know what this person is capable of doing to maintain themselves. Typically, these are people who make others take the blame for their mistakes. Therefore, do not trust people who talk too much about themselves and only want to impose their opinions on others without listening to anyone because these are individuals who can harm you at any time to get what they want. The second type of person is the gossipers. Stoicism also teaches us to deal with the gossipers and feline words of people. Historians emphasize the need not to give power to others' opinions about us. If someone reveals secrets or shares information about another person, it's highly likely that they will do the same to you, talking about you and your life behind your back. Believe me, it's almost certain that this kind of thing will happen when someone gossips. It's not just a habit but an action done for pure pleasure, so don't think that just because someone is your friend, they won't tell your secrets to someone else. Don't make that mistake. The only advantage you can get from a gossip is if you want information to spread. In that case, you just need to tell the gossip, and they will do all the work for you. The third type is the person irritating and manipulative. When it comes to dealing with annoying or manipulative people, Stoicism offers us the practice of self-reflection. Instead of reacting emotionally, we can stop and think about how our own perceptions and reactions influence the situation. It's one thing when you're going through a complicated time in your life and easily lose patience with someone, not because of the person but due to the daily stress you're under. It's a completely different situation when you're calmer but constantly get irritated around a specific person. If that person is capable of constantly irritating you, it's because they subtly provoke you by throwing ideas that confuse you and feed your doubts subtly, little by little, in small doses so you can't fully understand their emotional and psychological games. Believe me, people who act like this do it for pure pleasure. So be careful with subtle little games because if a person can irritate you all the time, it's because they're poking you with gestures and words, and you don't even realize it. The fourth type is the indecisive ones. Regarding indecisive people, Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control, our own decisions and actions. It's easy to explain why these people are not trustworthy. How can you trust someone who is always hesitating about which decision to make? If they can't even set a course for their own lives, how can you trust them? They are also completely unpredictable because, as you don't know exactly what their decisions will be since their own personality is not fully formed, they are indecisive individuals because they don't have a strong enough personality to act and choose the path they want to follow. To be direct on this point, trusting an indecisive person is like trusting a child with a knife. You don't know what they will do when you're not present. The fifth type is the two-faced people. In relation to two-faced people, Stoicism would advise caution. Instead of worrying about their actions, we can focus on cultivating virtue in ourselves. You've probably had an experience like this. These are people who seemingly like you but spread rumors about you behind your back, and this behavior extends to other people as well. So don't be surprised when others speak ill of you. One moment they're smiling and being friendly, and the next moment they're talking badly about you. What I recommend is that when you start noticing this kind of behavior, it's better to get out of the relationship as quickly as possible. Don't miss the chance to master your emotions. The sixth type is people who are always involved in many problems. Historians encourage us to take responsibility for our decisions and emotions instead of blaming luck or circumstances. These people live with problems and intrigues. They say they have bad luck, and for them, life is just a punishment. Every day they claim that a new difficulty arises, and each day seems to bring a new consequence. The person is there telling everyone that they don't know what's happening, that everything is difficult, and so on. Be cautious of this type of person. There's nothing wrong with being suspicious because if a person is full of problems, it's not a coincidence. It's not the universe conspiring against them but rather the person sabotaging themselves every day. They probably make more bad decisions, don't learn from their mistakes, and probably don't control their own emotions. So I advise you to be cautious of this type of individual because if you sympathize with their sad and difficult story to the point of always wanting to help, their problem can quickly become your problem. The seventh type is people who pretend to listen to what you say. In situations where people pretend to listen, Stoicism would advise us to be assertive and, if necessary, distance ourselves from conversations that do not enrich us. You know that type of person who, when you say something and try to share an idea, responds with a simple yes, I understand, and nothing more? This can be annoying and even disrespectful. The worst is when the person talks about what they want, and when it's your turn to speak, they simply pretend to listen, get distracted with their phone, or agree without really caring about what you're saying. In other words, they heard you, but they're not really listening to you. Let's be honest, the minimum requirement in a conversation is that the person pays attention to what you're saying, otherwise, it's not a conversation. So if one day you're talking to someone and realize that the person is not paying attention or, worse, starts using their phone while you're talking, clearly showing that they're not listening to what you're saying, then simply stop talking. It's not worth talking to walls. If the person is not paying attention or is just pretending, then don't waste your time. If that's the case, stand up and say you're leaving. After all, you're not obligated to spend your time with people who aren't interested in what you're saying. Stoic philosophy offers some powerful insights on self-improvement, emphasizing personal growth, resilience, and living a virtuous life. Here are some key ways you can approach change through a Stoic lens. Self-awareness. Journaling, regularly reflect on your thoughts, emotions, and actions to identify areas for improvement. Ask yourself, what are my strengths and weaknesses? What triggers negative reactions in me? How can I respond to situations more constructively? Meditation, practice mindfulness meditation to cultivate self-awareness and detachment from negative emotions. This can help you observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment, allowing you to choose your responses more consciously. Focus on virtue. Practice the four cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Wisdom helps you discern what is truly good and bad. Courage allows you to stand up for what is right, even in the face of difficulty. Justice guides you to act fairly and ethically. Temperance promotes self-control and moderation in all aspects of life. Focus on what you can control. Remember, the only thing you truly control is your own thoughts, emotions, and actions. Don't waste energy on things beyond your control, like external events or the actions of others. Instead, focus on what you can do to improve yourself and your situation. Embrace challenges. View obstacles as opportunities for growth. Stoics believe that challenges and setbacks are inevitable in life, but they can also be opportunities to learn and grow stronger. Don't let difficulties discourage you, see them as chances to develop resilience and character. Practice negative visualization. Imagine yourself facing potential challenges and how you would respond in a virtuous and composed manner. This mental preparation can help you stay calm and collected when difficulties arise. Remember, change takes time and effort. Be patient with yourself, celebrate small victories, and don't get discouraged by setbacks. As Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, said, "The object of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well." Remember, Stoicism is a lifelong journey of self-improvement, not a quick fix. By incorporating these practices into your daily life, you can gradually develop the strength and wisdom to become the best version of yourself. I hope this information helps you on your journey of self-change. In summary, analyzing the different types of people who can undermine trust provides us with valuable lessons in the quest for more authentic and meaningful relationships. By incorporating historical teachings, we learn to maintain our inner peace, cultivate virtue, practice authenticity, and exercise self-control in challenging situations. That's all for today. We've reached the end of this video, and I sincerely hope that these tips are of great use to you. Don't forget that you are a crucial part of this channel, so if this video has helped you think or learn something, leave a like and a comment so that more people discover the powers of historical wisdom. If you don't have anything to comment right now, simply let me know that you made it to the end. And if you haven't already subscribed, remember that every small step counts in your personal development process. Keep moving towards victory. Thank you very much for your attention. May everyone be with the Creator.